Hi, this is Robin Kollner. I am your instructor for social media marketing. In this video, I am going to take you on a complete tour of a Facebook business page. Business pages are established for any business, company, organization, nonprofit, celebrity, rock star, or individual entrepreneur that wants to have a fan base and wants to advertise. As we had gone over before, you upload a profile picture. Because my business is often consulting oriented, I wanted a picture of myself as opposed to my logo. I used to have a logo there. I also uploaded some cover art that I knew would work on responsive design. It has my messaging and it has some of the key functions for my business. The next thing I established was a call to action button. This is very important, and it used to be built into the cover picture. It used to actually block some of the cover picture over here. But in the recent update this past August of 2016, Facebook has now removed it and put it underneath. As a business, it's important to set a call to action button. This can change over time. If you are a business that actually publishes premium intellectual content, such as an ebook or a white paper, or puts on webinars, you can actually have a call to action here in that box, and you can advertise it. So let's take a look at some of what we can do here. If I didn't want contact us, what else can I put? Book now, which would be perhaps for a consultation. Call now, which is what I have in a sense. Contact us. Send a message, use the app, shop now, which retailers use, sign up for webinars, watch a video if you're promoting something, etc. This can change, and again, it's designed very much to be something that not only visitors to your page will see, but you can actually pay to advertise for it. What else do we need to set up once we have a page established? Well, there actually are a few more things that we need to include. Let's go to the settings button and I'll show you what they are. Clicking on settings allows us to see a lot more things. First, we can see some general settings as to where we want the page, how the page should be published. This is where you can get the page verification requests. Whether you allow people from the outside of anyone besides you or anyone that you've given permission to post to actually publish on your page. I actually don't want someone publishing on my page, but there are many, many fans who do. Okay, at least I want to be able to moderate it first, and then I want to be able to publish it, and that is something that is important. Let me show you those settings. Allow visitors to publish after I have moderated it. Some organizations have a problem with this because people will be complaining, so to speak. Reviews is something that is often overlooked. I will review this again. I will review this. That's not meant to be a joke. When we go back to looking at the front of the business page. But this is important. I will allow people to review the page because you need to get reviews, especially if you are a local business or have a storefront or are a restaurant or are a service business. Getting reviews helps how you will show up in the graph search when people are searching for your kind of business. Here are some things that you should go through. Each and every one of these can be changed at any time. I allow people to contact me by private message, whether I want tagging. These are similar kinds of privacy settings to what you have as an individual on your personal profile, but you will need to go through each and every one of them. And do not worry because they can be changed at any time. Now, if you have a change of heart and want to delete your page or feel that you have too many pages for your business, or someone else set up a better page for you later on as an agency, there is a way to merge your page. In this particular case, it is total deletion, and they will prompt you several times. Here is the merge button because many people over time have had that kind of problem. What else is there that we need to fill in? We need to fill in how we are going to be notified. As the manager of a page, you want to get, because I know I want to get, a notification every time there's activity on my page. My page doesn't get as much activity as some more outgoing businesses or larger businesses, and therefore when people make comments on a post, I want to see them. When people like the page, I want to see them. When they share things about my page, I want to see them. Okay, so now if we want to turn it off, you actually go in and turn it off. I have everything turned on. Page roles. Page roles define who gets to post on a page. Many businesses and organizations had problems several years ago when the administrator was a person who was assigned a social media role, or it was an outside agency. They had all the login information. There was a change in management, and then the business no longer knew how to get access to the page. Therefore, if you have somebody managing your page, you need to make sure, as the owner of that business or as a senior manager in a particular company or organization, that you have the top administrative rights for that page. And you can give another person an editorial right, which is the right to publish on the page or edit something, but they are not the ones that set up the actual logins. This is a good thing to keep in mind if you want to protect your page. And this is something where you can see people that liked your page. So, in summary, remember how you want to post on your page. Remember, I keep reiterating that everything seems to be tied back to the personal profile, which gets confusing, especially in my case, because you notice there's two different pictures of Robin. One is as me as Digistar Media, and one is me as Robin Koellner. I want to make sure that I click Post as Digistar Media while I am on my page. This becomes very important when I share content from other sites, and I will show you that. For example, right here is an article that I may want to share on Facebook. And therefore, I will go back and show this to you, but when I share it, I want to make sure that I'm not sharing as Robin Koellner, but I am sharing on a page I manage. So I click that button, and I make sure it says Posting as Digistar Media, not as Robin Koellner. Look at how confusing this is. My picture is here on my personal profile and my name, yet it's sharing on a page I manage, and I'm posting as Digistar Media. This is an article that I think is critically important. It was written today, and therefore I want to share it with my Facebook fan base. It's about Snapchat, and it's a new Snapchat feature. So I'm going to say, have you tried maybe this new Snapchat feature? I think it will be full. Okay? You always, on content shared from an outside source, need to tell your audience why they should read it. So I'm going to actually say, check it out. And I'm going to post here. And then we will see if it comes up here when I go back. Let's go back to the page. And now I want to show you, here is what I just posted. It is called a status update, and it was published by me as Digistar Media, and that's what it says. If there was some mistake made, you can actually edit the post. You can also pin the post to the top. So when I have a particular event, or let's say even the classes that I might be teaching at Fordham, and I want to make sure that for, let's say 7 days in a row, I would like anybody that visits my page to see that particular post first. Even though chronologically it may not be there, I can then pin it to the top, and it will stay there. The next section I want to talk about is the About section. This too gets overlooked a little bit. that's because people look at the big picture, they define the name of their business, they get a call to action button, and they forget that they need to fill this out. This is like a mini website, and it has a lot of spaces for keywords to define the role, your audience, the specialties you have, why someone should be interested in looking at your page, what you plan to offer. And so there is a section you can fill out, which is an overview section, where it actually has an address, shows a Google map, has a simple sentence that shows that used to show actually on the old profile right as soon as you walked on the old design of the Facebook page. And it actually gives me a space for a direct link to my website. I also have another link here. That's really important. I put 2 links which Google recognizes are real, live, verified links. Now we go into the page info section. Here you have an opportunity to edit and to fill out every single section. Define it how you want. This name will appear because that is its name, and this is where you can change it if you want to change the name. Remember, you really only should change your name once if there's a mistake. And it used to be incredibly difficult to change the name. Now I think you have one chance to change it. So think very carefully when you name your business. Now I put a lot of things. Here's the original message that I gave you. It is a character limitation on it. Impressum refers to information that's required in certain European countries such as Germany and Switzerland. It doesn't apply in my case, although I can consult there. Most of my business is done in the United States. Here is where the company overview comes in. I can actually write a lot here. And notice I have. Okay? That is important. We can save our changes because I didn't change anything. Here is a description. Look at each of the sections before you start typing so that you know what you want to put in your overview versus what you want to put in your long description. I tried to put similar things but different descriptions so that I could put in every single social media site. And by the way, I've edited this. When I set up the page, Snapchat didn't exist and neither did Instagram, so I have added it. There is also a section for mission. Remember to fill all of these things out because the more you fill out, the more information is available in the search engine built within Facebook about your business. Here they've already picked up the phone number from when you set up the page as well as the website. Here is your Facebook ID, which you would need to use to link to your page if you did not get a custom URL. But you're going to get a custom URL, just like I did, and I did not call it the full name. I called it Digistar Media, not Digistar Media, Digital, Social, and Mobile Marketing Agency, because there's too many characters for me to type in that. So please do spend a good amount of time setting up your About section. And as a little tip, go back the next year, like a house cleaning type thing, a year from when you set it up, and remember to look it over and see if anything has changed. That will be important. Here is the page owner identification, and that is complete. Now, there is one more section which you can actually complete called milestones. This is important especially for nonprofit organizations or community-based organizations that want to talk about what their cause is, why they were set up, and define certain key milestones in your history. That is actually done by doing a status update. That would be handled right here in the status update bar. Under this title, which says offer or event, right here you can put a milestone. Milestones used to be a little bit easier to find. You can actually upload pictures. If you have historical pictures about your company, put it in there because search engines love it and Facebook is a competitive search engine. So put some of those interesting dates when your business or organization was founded. Anything that you can think of will be really important. The next section that I want to highlight is this section called services. It is particularly important for service businesses. I've had it prompted to me because I set up my business as a service business. This is somewhat new. This is where I actually put in a number of services, showcasing my services. This is very similar to a section that some of you may be familiar with that used to exist on LinkedIn company pages. So now we're kind of seeing how each of the social media sites border a little bit on some of the functionality or a lot of the functionality that each of them has. So in this case, I chose 5 different types of services that I offer. LinkedIn social selling, social media marketing plans, social media training, content marketing plans. And I can actually drag and reorder them as it prompted me right here. I also went in and added a picture. Now I did this quickly because I wanted to finish it, and it was as soon as this was made available to me, Facebook prompted me as the administrator of the page, which was about 6 months ago. And so I chose images that I knew existed already. This one came from my latest website. This came from a blog post that I actually wrote, and this came from a lecture material that I had given. Notice I also have a call to action in each and every one of these descriptions. We are in business, everybody, and we really need to do this. You can go back, you can edit this. Let me show you what it looks like when you're setting it up. We go right here, we add a service, we name it. If you want to put a price, you can. You can upload a photo, and you can write a description. And my little tip for you is, if it fits, put a call to action in your description like I did. Call for our social media marketing packages with a phone number. People don't like to look things up, and it's an excellent way to remind them to get in touch with you. Visitors to your page can see the tabs on the left. For those of you who have been active Facebook users for a number of years, you'll remember that services used to have tabs. The business pages used to have tabs located right here under the cover art. And it was an excellent way to add interactivity to your page. That is, of course, what we are always looking for, is interactivity with our fan base. So in this particular case, the tabs have been moved, which means they're less visible and less easy to see. And in order to drive eyeballs there, you will need to pay for advertising. So let me show you a few of the tabs that I set up for my business. I used the services of a graphic designer to help me out. I needed to have the graphic designer, and I had to download an app. The apps are coming from separate application providers. Some of them are free, some of them have a minimal fee. The applications allow a designer, a web designer, and a graphic designer with web and digital experience to customize it to be used within an iframe within the Facebook page functionality. So for example, WooBox offered a Twitter feed that was available for me to, here it is, WooBox apps. The outside world does not see this, just I do as the administrator, but they do see a version of my Twitter feed, which even has my custom branding on it with an up-to-date bio, and it looks like you can actually see all of my Twitter feed, all of the tweets that I made to the outside world within my Facebook page. The other one that I had was Learn More, which was designed to be a version of my website. This was my last website. My designer actually created this, and each of these hyperlinks go to a different section of my new website. So it's a mini page, including getting to the landing page of my website through here, with information, a Learn More. So this is becoming a way to integrate your website within your Facebook page. Here is an example of reviews and events which we went through, a Pinterest connection, which also is a WooBox app that was customized to fit within this particular iframe. These are my Pinterest boards, the most relevant one being the Digistar Media social media boards. Here's some of the page, an example of the pages that this is Facebook Insights, which we will talk about soon. And then we will have a little tab here where I can change the order of these tabs. Or I can remove them, which is always interesting to see. Now we're going back to see what's next on our tour. If we scroll down, you will see that I can see first a synopsis of how my posts are performing through Facebook Insights. I will review Facebook Insights in both class as well as in another video. This is showing reach, clicks, and how many people have actually looked at the Contact Us button. Here is Facebook reminding me it is time to advertise. They love to remind me to advertise. Here you will see the apps that I've downloaded to actually work with the left side, the right side and the left side. Here are all the status updates that I have posted. We went through one of the sharing of links. If you'd like to post something else, all you need to do as a page administrator is to go in here and press status. Now, no one sees, or Facebook does not distribute posts that are text only for the most part. So it's usually a good idea to post a photo and a video. I may even be interested in making this video link available and posting it as a video for my fan base. I can do that. I can also upload an image from one of the files that exist within my computer if I want to. Creating Canvas is creating an ad. It's a special kind of an ad. I can create a carousel, a photo album. You know, those are where you click more than one photo and people can stream through it. It can be in a layout like this or in a carousel layout. Or I can click again and try to get a picture that I may want to put as just a picture I have taken for my business. I usually do this from my iPhone if I'm able to get into those pictures because it's easier for me to find. In this case, I am looking for a picture of the group of my team talking about a particular client, and here it is. I think I have more than one, and so I would like to just take a little look and see if I can find the one that I want. Let's do this one. While I'm waiting for the picture to upload, I decide to put a caption about this, and I can say, so excited to share the news of my client's success with their Instagram. Oh, I'm going to say their Facebook contest, okay? Because I think it was there too. We always need to have a caption. Publish. Notice the word boost post. We're going to talk about this a lot more in class, but one thing that I wanted to share with you about a boost post is that very few people in your fan base, and I have about 300 fans, they will only get, this particular post will only get sent to probably 16 of them. And that's not very many. And that means that if I do want to share it with more people, I need to boost the post. That is a form of advertising. It is not the main form of advertising, and we'll discuss this more in another video. But the reason is that most of the time you're not just sending posts to your fan base, but you'd like people outside of your fan base to see it. In this case, I think they can see it. In order to do this, you need to have a credit card on file and you need to be able to go into Ad Manager. So we won't be doing this in this particular video. But I wanted to show you how to upload content very simply. Over here on the right margin, you will see a ticker. The ticker is not for my business page, it is for my personal page. And in this particular case, I don't need to see it. I can actually hide it. But as I always mentioned, they always want to integrate your personal. It's a little confusing. Now they talk about some more data that they're showing me as the administrator. And here is a Pages feed. This is what I'd like to show you about this. As a business page, I have liked other business pages. Pearhead was a client that attended one of my training sessions. Many of these business pages share content that I want to reshare or I want to like as my business page. They're clients, they're colleagues, there are people within my area, there are people who've attended my seminars, there are students who run businesses, and I really want to see these pages feed. It's hard to see it over there by clicking on the right margin. It is what you would normally call your home feed on your personal profile. In this case, you have to click over it and make sure you take the time to do this, to see it. This is something that Westchester County Parks put out. I actually did a training session for all of the public affairs officials for the various divisions within Westchester County, and this might be something that I would like to share on their behalf. So I can simply do it, and remember, whenever we share something, we always want to put a reason why and a concept as to a caption I'm talking about. Let's go back now to what pages look like. You can also like other pages as your page. And finally, we can invite other friends to like this page. Once you set up the page, you have to get fans, and you like to start with at least the friends that you have on your personal profile. We're integrated again, so when I click this, I actually get a list of all of the hundreds of people who are on my personal Facebook profile that I'm connected with as friends, and I can send them an invitation to like my page. I don't know if you've received these invitations. I'm quite sure you have, and unfortunately, many people ignore them. You should always click like, because in that case, you can make sure that at least people will be more inclined to like your page back. You literally click invite, 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 and there you do it. You can search for particular friends, and they will become fans in that case. This is the first and easiest way to begin to develop your fan base. Thank you for listening. I look forward to sharing more tips with you in our next video.